It was really neat to sit down with Rashad. He was very kind to give us a bunch of time. So 10 minutes sitting there with us at the desk. And I started out by asking the Giants running back about the atmosphere at Radio Row. It was buzzing while we were there, kind of nutty. And I asked him what it was like for him as a player.
This is cool, behind the scenes and seeing how everything's done, getting a chance to see a lot of faces from other teams. During the course of the year, the guys you respect, Hall of Fame guys walking around in the gold jackets, and it's a good time. It stinks because you're not playing, but obviously you want to take advantage of these opportunities.
Those guys with their Hall of Fame jackets, you can spot them 500 yards away. I think it's required that if you're in the club, you have to wear the jacket here.
Yeah, exactly. And why wouldn't you? Look, you at the top of the toppest profession. And you made it, and you got voted in respectably, so you should rock it with pride.
Is this something that you've done more than once, or your first time doing this?
This is my third time. I did it in New York. Was the first one when who was it played in 2 years
the
ago?
Broncos and the Seahawks.
Broncos and the Seahawks,
yeah.
and that was the blowout.
Yes.
And then I went to Scottsdale last year, and then this year.
The Giants have gone through a couple of rough years. Tom Coughlin now, who was the godfather almost in the locker room, being replaced by Ben McAdoo. Tell us about Ben. What are your impressions of Ben after he was the offensive coordinator?
He's an impressive coach. He's smart. He's very tactful. He's crafty. He's a militant. And he knows,
militant,
yes,
nice.
He is. He knows how to get the job done, and he has a special way of delivering a message to motivate everybody on an individual level. And also, he's in-house. Our team is good. And it's important to have somebody that already understands the architect of the team to continue to build on those building blocks we already laid.
How different is he from Coach Coughlin?
Different. We're gonna find out from the head guy. I know coaches, their personalities, they cap their personalities majority of the time based upon their position, and respectably so. You move up the charts, and as an offensive coordinator, obviously you're not the head guy, so you walk in a certain mannerism. But as a head guy, I'm excited to watch, how it changes a little bit. It's fun time. I'm excited for a guy like him who works really, really hard. He earns the respect of everybody as well as gives it. But as far as difference, we were a good team. It's not that much. We need, I specifically, to change. We just need to focus in on the details, hone in, and on our identity, and just go out there and make sure we closing games in the fourth quarter, because we lost. I think I saw an article. It said something to the effect. Don't quote me, but if the game was like 10 seconds shorter per game for us, we would have been in the playoffs.
As a football fan, watching you guys come so close and not being able to close out, as you say, in those late stages, it was painful. Just knowing how close you were. Inside your locker room, what was happening? How were you talking about it?
Inside the locker room is always, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
You work hard to figure out a way to win. And we worked hard and figured out a way to lose. majority of the games, 10 of them to be exact. And but I've been on teams that have lost and losing records, and I've been on teams where I've seen players give up. I've been on teams where guys just constantly talk about staying healthy and contract, and I've been on teams in New York where I saw absolutely nobody shy away from preparing Week 16, knowing the playoffs wasn't even ahead of us. And you got to give some of that credit to Coach Coughlin to be able to keep a grown man focused like that.
Giants running back Rashad Jennings with us here on Radio Row. It's After Hours with Amy Lawrence on CBS Sports Radio. Let's talk about the good stuff. So that's the tough stuff. The good stuff. A lot of positive things for your offense. Eli Manning, another huge year. We know what OBJ can do, but you are coming off a career year. So 860-ish yards, 170 in that last game against the Eagles. And even though people say that game might not have mattered, that's a big deal for you. So what about you? What was different for you this season?
Yeah, you're daggone right. Every game matters to me.
Yeah.
I don't care. Look, just tell me the down and distance. I don't care about the record, the scoreboard, none of that. I got a job to do. I got a lot to prove in this league. I got a lot to prove to that person in the mirror. I got my nieces and nephews looking at me.
Yeah.
Like it's so much more than what the outside world will look at a game and say it means something or not. This is. I'm proud to say I'm going into year 8. I never would have thought I've been able to say that.
It's a lot of pounding on a body.
It is, and in saying that, I've allowed my maturity, because we always mature in our crafts. I've allowed my maturity to catch up with my body by taking care of it. The way I eat, I'm a gluten and casein-free eater. I sleep in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber.
Is that comfortable?
It is.
Is it?
So cozy
Okay.
inside. Yeah. So it'll put you at 4.1 psi. Fancy way of saying pretty much 15 feet below sea level.
Wow.
Pumps in the oxygen. It heals you on a cellular level. It's amazing.
Just buy that in, say, a Macy's somewhere?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, your local Macy's deal, the hyperbaric chamber is on. No, you can't find it there.
So that has changed things for you, being able to stay healthy, obviously a key, especially for a running back who takes so much pounding. 8 years is a long career for a running back already.
Yeah, it's a long time, and I feel like I'm just now getting into my prime, so I'm excited what's in front.
Offensively in the NFL, we're seeing bigger and bigger numbers for quarterbacks, more and more wide receivers who are hauling in 1,000 yards per year, not as many 1,000-yard running backs. What's your impression of NFL offenses these days?
Well, everybody want to say it's a pass-driven league, but if you look at the history of that's fine. If you look at the history of teams that won a Super Bowl, they run the ball. You ain't going to win a game unless you can be able to run the ball. It's never going to change from that. Obviously, it's when you got flashes of receivers doing crazy things and quarterbacks putting up numbers. I could talk about Odell Beckham. He on my team. When you see stuff like that, it's very, very appealing. But that sells for the media. If you inside the locker room, and everybody out there in the world who listening, if you go inside the locker room, every head coach, when they talk about keys to winning a game, no matter the coach, no matter the organization, everybody knows the number one thing is stop the run. Why is it stop the run? Because if you can run the football, you're going to win the game.
What's special about playing in New York? It takes a special breed, and you've got it. So what's special about being there? New
York is special. You're in the mecca of everything. Everything you do can and will be held against you in the media.
We're a special breed, too.
Yeah, tell me about it. But no, it's fun, like I said, because you are in the mecca of everything. And I think you have an awesome responsibility in the league as a professional athlete to carry yourself in a certain way. But especially in New York, the opportunities that are there and the doors that you're able to walk in that a degree would have never allows you to do is very, very special. And I'm so happy that I've been able to find a home in my career, and that is on the East Coast, and that is in New York.
Before I let you go, Super Bowl week, obviously. You couldn't have two teams that are kind of coming from opposite ends of the spectrum with the Broncos and Panthers. I want to know what you think of Cam Newton. I won't tell you what I think. I want to know what you think.
Yeah, I want to know what you think.
Oh, okay, I'll tell you after you tell me first. Go.
All right. Well, ladies first. I'm a gentleman. Now, I'll go since you asked.
Okay.
Let's see. No, well, Cam is special. It's not too many people like him. He's a giant, no pun intended. He's a giant person.
Literally he is, yes.
And he's able to do things that a lot of people aren't at that size. And he's hard to stop. He's an influencer. He's an energy. And I'm happy to watch his growth in the league. And I know he's going to be thrilled, man, to be out there in the Super Bowl. It's something we all wanted to do since we was little kids, every single one of us. And he's going to get his opportunity to go out there and prove to the world his skill set and what he's able to do, and also to himself.
Does it annoy you, the dabbing, the dancing, when you play him? Other team? Yes. Wish people could see that dab. That was perfect.
I dabbed for him over here. No, I think it's great. Okay. I think it's fun. Why I don't see what the problem is. Dude, what's the problem with it? Why does everybody...
I'll tell you, I love that Cam is unabashedly Cam. He doesn't try to be anyone else. He is who he is. We need more personalities like that in the NFL.
Yeah, I think that's why everybody watch the game. Nobody want to see no robots out there.
No, I like it.
So, look, the only thing he's doing is motivating his team. He's getting all his teammates excited. He's not doing anything to damage the game. He does so. You talk about good stories. This guy does so much in the community. Nobody's going to talk about that. you have so many of these charges that's going on in the league. Everybody wants to talk about that. You got a guy that's out there just playing his heart out and having a good time.
Feeds kids and families over
does
Thanksgiving.
So much. And seemingly does a dance that basically he's headbutting his elbow. And everybody wants to say, oh, this dude is a terrible person. Like, come on, man. Enjoy the game. It's entertainment, and we out here trying to have fun. I don't blame him. I hope he gets in the end zone and does it.
Rashad Jennings, if you can get Eli Manning to headbutt his elbow, I would think you were the greatest running back in the league. Can Eli do? Would he even think about doing that?
Yeah, look, I lock her beside Eli. I get him to do all kind of crazy stuff over there. He'll dance. He won't do it to the public, but Eli's one of the funniest dudes you will find. And his type of humor, to put it in some type of perspective, is if you watch the TV show Office, he would be Kevin. That's him.
He and his brother certainly have a comedic sense of timing. They do these funny commercials where they don't mind making fun of themselves. So we see it every now and then with Eli. All right, so you said you're opening up your social media for people this week. How can people find you if they want to follow you on Snapchat?
Yeah, I'm simple. I'm Rashad Jennings on Snapchat, and Rashad Jennings, @Rashad Jennings on Instagram, Twitter, every single thing. And, the hashtag Shad the Poet. I'm out here doing poetry for people.
Well, if you decide to cross over to the dark side of the force, you got a good start here. Thanks so much for stopping by.
I appreciate it.